The service will be conducted by Rabbi Doug Zelden.
Mizmor LeDavid, Adonai Roi Loachzar Binos Deshi Arbitzeni Amei Menucho Shina Haleni Nafshi Yeshovev Yancheni B'Maglei Tzedek L'Ma'an Shemo Gam Ki Elech B'Gates L'Maves Lo Irara Ki Ata Imadi Shivtecha Mishantecha Imi Nachamuni Ta'aroch L'Fanai Shochad Neged Sorarai Dishanta V'Shem En Roshi Kosi Revaya Ach Tov V'Chesed Yerdefuni Kayamei Chayai Yishavti B'Veis Adonai Le'erech Yamin. Our service begins with the 23rd Psalm in Hebrew. If you'd like to join me in the translation on the inside cover of your folders, the 23rd Psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He guideth me in straight paths for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Psalm 121. Shir lamalos esaena el hari me'ayin yavo ezri me'im Adonai osei shemayim v'aretz al yitain lamot reglacha yal yanam shomrecha hinei lo yanam v'lo shir shomer Yisrael. Adonai shomercha Adonai tzilcha ad yad yaminecha Yom HaMashem Shiakecha v'yarech b'layla Adonai shmarcha mikara yishmar snafshecha Adonai shmar tzeischo v'echa me'atav yad olam. I will lift mine eyes unto the mountains. What is the source of my help? The source of my help is the Lord, creator of heaven and earth. He will not let you falter. Your guardian does not slumber. Surely the guardian of Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. He is at your right hand to protect you. The Lord your keeper gives shelter. The sun will not smite you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will guard you from all harm. The Lord will preserve your soul. He will guard your going and coming from this time forth and forevermore. Dear friends, we come together to say goodbye and pay our final respects to Marlene Gross of blessed memory, who's gone to her eternal home. We pray that God will remember all the worthy and righteous deeds that she performed in the land of the living, and that her soul will be bound up in the bond of eternal life. I want to extend my deepest sympathy to her husband, Stuart. They were married on March 3rd of 1958. After being introduced by a friend, together over 62 years. They had 3 children together. The late Michael of blessed memory. Sheldon was married to Lauren, and Larry, who I know very well. I've spent a lot of time with Larry in the last months, and spent a lot of time talking to Marlene on the phone as well. They were blessed with 2 grandchildren, Lane and Ashley. She was the daughter of Louis and Betty Edelman, born in Chicago, grew up on the West Side. She graduated from Senn High School and attended Roosevelt University, Roosevelt College at the time. After marriage, they lived in West Rogers Park, right near my synagogue near London, California. Then they raised their children when they moved to Lincolnwood there. Stuart, of course, was a printer, career printer. He worked at the University of Chicago for over 39 years. Marlene was a homemaker and a mother, and then worked as a receptionist. They were members of Congregation Ezra Israel for years, and they supported many Jewish organizations. They traveled many places together, including Israel. Marlene did knitting and made things for the children. Although I understand she wasn't such a cook. It was really Stuart who did the cooking. Stuart was the chef of the household. But she was a really, really good mother and a wonderful wife. She made many acquaintances and friends. And we pray that her name will always be remembered for a blessing. Amen. It's traditional we read some words from the Bible. I've chosen these words from the book of Proverbs Mishlei because today is Friday. And every Friday night, it's traditional that we bless the women of our home with these words. I'm going to read a portion of them today. The Eishes Chayil. Eishes Chayil mi'imtza v'rachok mipni michra batach balei bala v'shalo lo yachzar. Kamlasu tov v'lo kol yemei chayav. Kappa parsa liani v'yadeh shilcha evyonos ozvada v'vusha v'tischaz l'yom acharon. Pia pascha b'chochma v'soras chesed al l'shonot tzaviyah lichos bezav lechem atzus l'sochel. Kamu v'nev yashua ba'ala v'yahala Rabos panos hasuchayil v'yatalisa kulana. Sheker achein v'hevel yofi shayuras Hashem yisi salal. Tenula mi priyadeh v'yalua b'shari maseha. A woman of valor who can find. Her worth is far above jewels. The heart of her husband trusts in her, and nothing shall he lack. She renders him good and not evil all the days of her life. She opens her hand to the needy and extends her hand to the poor. She is robed in strength and dignity and cheerfully faces whatever may come. She opens her mouth with wisdom. Her tongue is guided by kindness. She tends to the affairs of her household, eats not the bread of idleness. Her children come forward and bless her, her husband too, and they all praise her, saying, Many women have done superbly, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a God-fearing woman is much to be praised. Place before her the fruit of her hands, and wherever people gather, her deeds will always speak her praise. Amen. Dear friends, this is a very interesting weekend. It is a holiday today, Rosh Chodesh, today and tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first day of the Hebrew month of Iyar. The restrictions from the Sfirat HaOmer are put aside today because it's Erev Shabbos and Rosh Chodesh. And interesting, in this week's Torah portion of Tazria Mitzvah, we read about people being quarantined. When the Kohen was approached to diagnose someone who had issues on their skin or sores, if he felt that it was saras, spiritual leprosy, he would quarantine them. But it's interesting, in the 47 verses that talk about this disease of saras, the spiritual leprosy that people were afflicted with for speaking slander, afflicted by God, or tale-bearing. In the 47 verses, the Kohen is mentioned 45 times. Because the Kohen didn't just diagnose him, but he gave him emotional support during the time of his quarantine. And he was the one who, after the person did teshuvah and asked God for repentance, and he found himself healed, that the Kohen would pronounce him to be healed and take him out of quarantine. How interesting that we read this Torah portion during this time of quarantine and during this time of physical ailments. And we pray, as we all come together, the few of us who could be here today and those who will be watching on the internet, to remember Marlene. That Marlene, you'll be a Melitz Yosher, an intermediary with God, now that you're a little bit closer. That God should grant all who are ill a refuah shlema, a healing. And God should grant your husband, your children, and your friends only good health and no more sorrow for many years to come. Amen. We know Marlene is reunited with her parents, Louis and Betty, and her son Michael, and all those who have gone before her. And I know she's looking down with a smile because this important mitzvah is being done on her behalf, because our rabbis say, and if you ask, what is the greatest act of kindness that one could do? You might think about charity, feeding the hungry, clothing those who are cold in the wintertime or are homeless. But our rabbis say the greatest act of kindness that one can do for another is preparing a proper, dignified service and laying someone to rest after they pass away, because any other act of kindness, that person can thank us or want to repay us. This is the only act of kindness that we cannot hear the words thank you or be repaid for, but we know it's done completely out of love and care. And so at this time, as we say goodbye, Marlene, we ask you, if If anyone has said anything or done anything that you might have taken offense to, please forgive us. Grant us mechila. And if we didn't do something for you we should have, please grant us mechila. As we grant you mechila as you are about to go to your final resting place. Amen. Do you have Israel Earth? Is he wearing a ribbon? Is he wearing a ribbon?
Yes, yes.
I begin the mitzvah that we are here to do with this earth from the Mount of Olives Cemetery, Har HaZeisim in Jerusalem. This earth is a reminder of our Jewish faith in the Messianic era, that our separations are only temporary. We will all be reunited. This time,
He does.
we're going to do the mitzvah of Kriya. When he gets home, switch it to his shirt, okay? On the same side. Very good. Okay, repeat after me the blessing we say. Word for word. Baruch. Atah, Adonai, Elohim, Melech, Ha'olam, Dayan, Ha'emes. And we should all answer Amen. And we'll say it in English too. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, whom we accept to be the true judge. Amen. This is worn until 5 o'clock today. You take it off. You put it on after 9 o'clock tomorrow night. You don't wear it on Shabbos. And then you wear it until next Thursday for 1 hour. After 1 hour next Thursday, you take it off and take a walk outside across the street. And you have to sign that the shipping week is over. And the mourning period for you is 30 days. At this time now, if you will all take your folders and turn them over to the back, I'm going to recite the memorial prayer, which is going to be followed by the mourner's Kaddish on the back of your folders. This is the memorial prayer which is recited on Rosh Chodesh. Adonai slichos chanu v'rachu merech hapayim v'rav chesed amsei kaparas pesha v'akrovas yashim nuva nechona tachas kafi ashkino v'malos kedoshim v'torim kazor akiyam masirim es nishmas Masha bas Eliezer sheholcha le'olama Anabal rachamim zachar la l'tova chuzil cho yosef v'tziko seh bartos ha'chaim ופסח לה שערי צדק ואורה שערי חמלה וחנין ובסייס וכנפיך הסיריה לעולמים וצרור בצרור החיים אס נשמסה הקדוש ברוך הוא נחל עשה וסנוח לשלום המשכבה ונאמר אמן. O God, exalted and full of compassion, grant perfect peace in your sheltering presence among the holy and pure to the soul of Masha bas Eliezer, Marlene Edelman Gross of blessed memory, Aleha Shalom, who has gone to her eternal home. O Master of mercy, beseech you to remember all the worthy and righteous deeds that she performed in the land of the living. May her soul be bound up in the bond of eternal life, for the Lord is her portion. May she rest in peace at this memorial park, and may her name always be remembered for a blessing. And let us all say Amen. The mourner's Kaddish is now recited together. Yitzgadal, Yitzgadash, Shemei Rabba, Yilma Divrach, Yusei, V'yamlich Malchusei. V'chayechon, v'yomechon, v'chayei dechol beis Yisrael, v'agalo, v'zman karivim. Amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarach le'olam lo'mel maya. Yisbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yispa'ar, v'yisramam, v'yisnasei, v'yisadar, v'yisalev, v'yisalal, shmei dekurichu. La'ela min kol birchasa v'shirasa, tush b'chasa v'nechamasa. Damiram bi'amav Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chaim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'imromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'imromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru, amen. May He who grants peace grant peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved, and let us all say amen. And to Stuart, I say these words which have been said to mourners for centuries. Hamakam Yenachem Etchem B'toch Sha'ar Avelei Tzion V'Yerushalayim. May you be comforted among all the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem, and know of no more sorrow for many years to come. Amen. At this time, it concludes our service here. However, I'm going to recite the Michtam LeDavid Psalm as I escort Marlene with the gentlemen who work for Shalom Memorial Park to her final resting place. And I pray as we come together today that family and friends should come together after this virus only to celebrate happy occasions together, all in good health and simchas. Amen.
Gentlemen, one moment.
Thank you, gentlemen. Be safe.
Thank you, Rabbi.